Okay, ready? Now go to Psalms 91. Psalms 91. Okay, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of Almighty. Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Hallelujah. This is a very famous psalm, and this is the description of blessings of those who are staying, who are dwelling in the presence of God. In this psalm, the writer of this psalm shows what other places that God's people can stay or dwell. We are living in this world, but spiritually we were given certain places from God where He guarantees some protection and blessings. The first one is verse 1. The secret place of Most High. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Dwelleth means stay certain place in an extended period of time. Residence of certain place. So somebody who reside in the secret place of the Most High. Secret place. Why it was called secret place? The interpretation of this word is some hiding place. So when we are staying in the presence of God, we are being kept in God's special hiding place, right? Mm-hmm. And why it's the Most High? No, the highest person in some system. He got the most deep secrets. Understand that? Like the President of the United States, he carries some black, like a trunk, suitcase, and it carries the secret code of nuclear weapons. Right? We call it nuclear football. Donald Trump, and when he travels, some of his assistants always carry that bag with him. Right? But the God is the most highest person, right? If God kept somebody in His secret place, no one can find him, right? Secret place. Mm-hmm. In the army, the people who are carrying some secret document, they must gather some certified ID. Here, the person can handle some secret things. but the ranking goes up. The secret they can carry supposed to be higher. So if God keeps us in His secret place, when He is the most high God, no one can find it, right? That's why this songwriter says, the secret place of the Most High. That's one of God's name, Most High. So if the Most High God keeps us in His secret place, no one can find it. After King Ahaziah in southern kingdom Judah was killed by Jehu, the king's mother, her name was Athaliah, she revolted the kingdom and she became queen, and she tried to kill all the descendants of the king Ahaziah and his father Jehoshaphat and Jehoram, all the descendants of king's family. But a daughter of king Jehoram, her name was Jehoshaphat. She kept one of the sons of Ahaziah, and she kept him where? Inside the temple. So the king, the Athaliah, the evil queen Athaliah, she could not find him, because the son of the Ahaziah, he became later King Josiah, and he kept in the temple of God 7 years, and after when became 7 years, the high priest and all the Levites, they revolt against the queen and killed her. King Josiah became a king at the age of 8. So the lady Jehoshaphat, she was the wife of the high priest at that time, and she got a very wise wisdom. My brother or my nephew supposed to be kept in the temple of God, the secret place, Most High God. And it was right. No one could find her. No one could find him. And they saved the nation Judah from the hand of evil woman. So there are many testimonies when people ask God, hide me in your secret place. And God really did that. I heard some testimony of a Russian missionary, and the missionary studied their mission before the fall of the Soviet Union. So God told the person, go to Russia before the fall and start a ministry there. And God sent him 200 books of Russian Bible. And he got 2 bags full of Bibles. When they passed through the customs place in the airport, everybody be checked. No one can bring inside Russia at the time anything like a Bible or anything like tapes and something about the Bible or the gospel. But he prayed, God, please keep this Bible in your secret place. What happened was, even the customs officer, they saw the book. They couldn't see the Bible. And 200 Russian Bible, get through the customs checking place without any problem. Why? Yeah. God blinded. God kept the Bible in the secret place. And even some of there are some big, like incidents in some special force army, and some unit revolted against the headquarters. So it's about a couple hundred special army force. They become very angry about the way they are treated by the headquarters. So this special forces army revolt against the headquarters. But there was some dozens of army forces who are in control, who are in charge of these unit of forces. So they are all killed. There is special forces, and there's some forces who control these special forces. So they are the hundreds of special forces angry against the way they are being treated by these controlling armies. So they killed all of those dozens of controlling armies, right? But there was one person who was Christian. When he was chased by the special forces, without that, okay. If you're okay without it, then turn off. It's better for me without that. Anyhow, just focus on this thing, okay? But he prayed God, remembering, God, you kept Daniel in the lion's den. Mm-hmm. Keep me in your secret place. So he was standing against the rock when the hundreds of army forces trying to find everybody. Even they passes by him, the angry special forces could not see him. He got delivered. So he, because of that, he became a very famous person, and he became like some preacher person later. Anyhow, so there is some secret place that God prepared. Because he's the most high God, high person, he prepared this secret place. It will keep us in his secret place. No one can find us. That's a hiding place. Second place this Bible teaches us is under the shadow of Almighty. Shadow. Abide under the shadow of Almighty. You know, shadow is some place of rest, right? When in the wilderness where the sunshine is very, very like a scorching. We know the value of a shadow. Little tiny tree like a low-stem tree in wilderness in Israel. It gives tiny spot of a shadow. And Elijah, when he was exhausted, he was resting under the shadow of a low-stem tree, which is tiny little bush, but it is very valuable. So God prepared some shadow, which is protection against. some murderous scorching sun. So this shadow is some place of protection of God. And abide here means spend the night, or a lodge, or just one night. You stay one night certain place. But even you stay certain place one night, God provide you protection of a shadow, or a shadow of protection, right? Because you made some practice in staying in the presence of God. So everyday's life you practice staying in the presence of God. Maybe you can go somewhere, spend one night in a certain place. God release this shadow of protection over you. Jacob was like chased by his brother who tried to kill him. So his mother and father sent him away from the house. So when he was traveled, the sun has set. So he found a rock, and he lie down there using the rock as a pillow. Right? We mentioned this one a couple of weeks ago. So even though he was sleeping, he was lodging in a plain, wild plain, making the stone as a pillow. That's the place. Heaven was open, and he saw a ladder. They're reaching to the heaven, and the angels coming up and going down, coming down and going up, right? And God said, I will bless you. Jacob received tremendous blessing when he was spending one night at a certain place. That was shadow of Almighty, right? Shadow of Almighty. Yes, and we don't need to go there. So God said, I will bring you back, and I will bless you. And Jacob said, I will give 10% of my income, give you if you safely bring me back to my home. So we make some practice staying in the presence of God wherever we stay, wherever we lodge one night. God prepare the shadow of protection over us. He's the Almighty God. If He release protection, who can harm us, right?
Yeah.
I think it's around 15 or 20 years ago. I was staying one night in some prayer mountain place in Philadelphia. When I was sleeping during the night, I felt some fire. Some fire is moving and coming inside of me continuously during the night. And you see the song of Mr. Edward, there's some moving kind of thing. The fire moving that way, coming inside of my belly. I feel like very weird. So couldn't sleep that good, but I just enjoying some warmth of the fire coming inside of me. So next day morning, my my friend pastor, he got some serious trouble with his stomach. His face was full of pain because he got some sharp pain in his stomach. And he asked me to pray for him. So I lay my hands on him, praying in tongue. But at the time, the owner of the prayer mountain lady, running toward us, and she got so shocked. And she said, "What's going on here?" I was just praying for him. And she said she got some special gift of interpretation, all tongues. So because I'm praying in tongue, and she got interpretation from some place. And she said she got somebody's crying, "I am burning, I am burning, I am burning." And she felt some fire took place someplace or what. She ran toward us. It was some crying of demons of the pastor's stomach being burned by fire that came in previous night. We can go someplace, but God prepare shadow of protection, shadow of blessing, like Jacob. And this is the place that God allows to stay, or just one night, even one night, a lodge, whatever. That's the place we can stay. Now, verse 4 says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, under his wings shall thou trust." So another place is under his wings, right? Mm-hmm. Under his wings. Thou shalt trust. Actually, the trust, the verb in King James uses the word trust, but other Bible uses take refuge in. It's more like a take refuge in. We can hide, we can take refuge in, under his wings. So, wing is what? Wing is something stretched out, right? Mm-hmm. Means it's not some place of worship or some place like a church or whatever. It's a faraway place from God, right? God under his wing means wing is some faraway place, extended distance. But there, he can reach out his wings so that we can take refuge. Mm-hmm. We can receive the protection. We can have some special ministry or special blessing under his protection. Right? Let's go to Psalm 139. 139, 9 and 10. Psalms 139. Nine and 10. So this psalm says, even though you go up high mountain, you go in deep in the sea, there is a God. There's God's presence. Verse 8 says, "If I ascend up in heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost part of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. Well, he said, oh, very early morning, I go someplace, a faraway place. It was expressly, if I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hands lead me, and the right hand shall hold me. So somehow we can go some unexpected place, unexpected time, right? God can stretch out his wings and protect us under his wings. Right?
Amen.
Faraway place like a sea or wilderness. He will stretch out his wings. He will send angels who has the wings of heaven, and he will release protection and help toward us, right? There's another one in New Testament, Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12. 13 and 14. 13 and 14. And when the dragon saw that he was cast onto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and half a time, from the face of the serpent. This is some prophecy for the Israel and left behind Christian people, right? When the Antichrist persecution became very severe, God uses some kind of special transportation, carry them into some secret place in the wilderness, right? And that place they shall be nourished a time and times and half a time, means 3.5 years. 3.5 years protected from the threat of the serpent, right? We call this thing place as a refuge place. So Jesus prepared some secret